What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 70, and we start today's episode off by seeing that Pedro Obiang has indeed got himself a suspension for accumulating too many yellow cards. I mentioned it in the last episode. I don't think I've ever had that in any career mode ever. Seeing a player getting a suspension for a succession of yellow cards, that's pretty crazy, right? But that does mean he'll miss the next game, which is a bit of a shame, but there you go. And we also see we have a scout report here from our youth scout based in Spain, obviously, and to be honest, a couple of the players look okay, but I'm quite disappointed this year. Like, I really am. Some of the players we've looked at and seen just don't look that good at all. And, you know, we searched for a winger in terms of the player specific, and it hasn't really wielded us too many great results. Now, I should say this, I know that you can't really tell how good a youth player is going to be until you promote him, really, because you can keep on getting, updates from your youth scout when you're continuing to scouting on a player, so you can see whether he's getting better or getting worse, usually the latter. And when you have him in your academy, he will either get better or worse in terms of their predicted overall and potential. But to be honest, the players from the first look in, the first month or the second month or even the third month, they haven't really looked like the type of quality we got in last year's sort of batch of players that came in. We've got quite a few academy players in our first team right now in this Racing Santander squad, and I don't really think many of the academy players we've currently signed from this scout will make the grade here, but you never know. Still, we take on Almeria for the first game of today's episode regardless, back in La Liga, and as you can see, the first chance came to Almeria and they won themselves a penalty as well. Alban Toza took his man down, and I've said there are some debatable penalties in career mode, but I had no complaints about that one. He just completely, just watching it back, just completely bulldozed the guy and pushed him to the floor, and I've got no complaints about that one. So penalty to Almeria. It's going to be Verza against Blanco, going with the old faithful, do all the animations at once, and Blanco does go the right way, but he can't save it, unfortunately. He does get a glove to it, but he can't stop it, and Almeria do indeed take the lead. So that's the third time we've tried that tactic of using all the animations. I think it goes triangle, X, square, circle, or maybe triangle, X, circle, square, I don't know, but just trying all the animations to put the player off. And the first two attempts were the first attempt was missed, and the second attempt was saved, and this is the third attempt. Unfortunately for us, we go the right way, but the goal is scored, so that's a real shame. Clearly that method is not bulletproof. Still, it's Almeria 1, Racing Santander 0 though, and the home side do take the lead. And in the 32nd minute, Rodriguez comes through and takes a shot, but the goalkeeper makes a save, and Almeria get it away. And in the 39th minute here, Almeria pass the ball forward down the left-hand side with Edgar taking it around Diaz Miguel. He picks out his man back inside towards Aziz. They keep on going. Almeria cross the ball in, and the far post, Sanchez has a free header, and thankfully for us, he puts it over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So a big miss there by Sanchez, as he should have extended the lead, but it was still 1-0. And in the 45th minute, Almeria come forward again here as we fail to get the ball away. Verza on the edge of the area finds Aziz, and his shot is saved by Blanco, and eventually the header across the face of goal does pick out a man who puts it into the back of the net, but the flag was already up for offside. So still 1-0 in this game. And in the 84th minute, we were still trailing with Ioza Perez taking it around his man and finding Keiko. Keiko stops the ball and plays that wide towards Jesse Rodriguez, the main man this season, or one of the main men. He cuts inside with a fake shot, but the goalkeeper makes a very good save and also catches the rebound as well. And it was also how the game finished. Almeria 1, Racing Santander 0, and that means for the first time this season, we have lost a game. I know, stop the presses. We have lost a game this season. Crazy. So, very, very sad about that, as Obiang now comes back from suspension. Clearly, that was the difference there. Pedro Obiang being missing from the game. Bit of first team quality, no longer being part of our team for that game. But even so, losing for the first time this season, look, it was going to happen. It was going to happen eventually. And in the last couple of episodes, I tried not to talk about it as much as I'd previously been doing so. It was going to happen eventually, but it's still a shame, do you know what I mean? Even though we were sort of conceding the fact that we were definitely going to lose at some stage, it's still a shame when the first loss comes in. But regardless, to lose to a penalty as well was very, very frustrating. But even so, a 1-0 victory for Almeria. That does mean we have lost for the first time this season in all competitions, which is a real shame, but there you go. Also a side note as well, Almeria, it's funny enough, they had the first side to beat us this year. Almeria were one of two sides, well, two other sides along with this Racing Santander team that I was thinking about doing this Club and Country series with, so maybe the shoe could have been on the other foot and we could have been managing Almeria in this series. But regardless, we did lose the game, very frustrated about that. So coming into this game against CD Lugo in the Copa del Rey round of 32-second leg, well, you know, my focus was quite simple: get back to winning ways, and we had the perfect start as well. Concha crossing the ball in, and Mariano heading the ball past the goalkeeper and making it 1-0. So he's probably going to be leaving in January, or if not in the summer, as his contract is up at the end of the year, and he does make it 1-0 there, playing for a new contract clearly. In the 38th minute though, Lugo, the Segunda Division side, would get themselves back on level terms. A simple corner into the box, and Fernando Pacheco came out to meet it and got nowhere near the ball. So Alvaro Pena makes it Lugo 1, Racing Santander 1, and the home side are back on level terms in this game. Still 2-1 down on aggregate though, and because the away goal ruling would still need 2 goals, which I couldn't really see happening until the 45th minute, when our captain Juanpe was dismissed for a straight red card, which I believe may be our first straight red card of the series. Maybe I'm wrong here. Regardless, though, Juanpe is walking, and I have no complaints about it. I have literally, to this day, I have no idea why I did that challenge. That was so stupid. With the square button, I lunged him from behind. I was never going to win the ball. 2-footed challenge, and the referee makes the right call there. It's a straight red card, and Juanpe is walking. So we're down to 10 men, and we will play the whole second half with a man disadvantage. And Lugo, who needed 2 goals because of the away goal ruling, almost got the first there, but it was still 1-1, and it was how the game would finish as well. So a 1-1 draw in this game. We do finish on level terms with Lugo, which does mean that we do go through on aggregate by 2-1 into the round of 16 in the Copa del Rey. And again, the dismissal with Juanpe, I have no idea why I did that still. I literally played this game like 5-6 days ago now, and I still don't know why I thought that was a good idea going in for that challenge. Still, he's going to be out for a next domestic game, and there you go. Also, Concha pulled his hammy in that game, but I didn't actually get to see where the injury was. It must have happened off the ball. But yeah, David Concha is going to be out for 3 weeks with that injury, which is a bit of a shame. Players getting suspended and injured all over the place right now here at El Sardinero. But again, Concha, despite being used heavily in the first season and quite a lot in the second season as well, he's not an important member of the first 11 anymore. He seems like he's maxed out at 67, despite only being 20 years old, I think he is now, which is pretty ridiculous. But even so, Concha, I don't want to sell Concha because I really like the guy, you know, but I might loan him out in January, see if that'll help boost his potential a little bit. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, I don't know. But even so, Concha's going to be out 3 weeks, and there you go. And still, we do take on Fiorentina for the third and final game of today's episode here in the Europa League. Now, Fiorentina sitting in second place, we are in first place. As you can see by the group table, both of those positions are guaranteed. We will finish first, Fiorentina will finish second, regardless of what happens in this game. So coming into the game, we did make 10 changes to the usual first 11 at Racing Santander. Only our goalkeeper Ruben Blanco starting, and the first chance would fall to Fiorentina. Mario Gomez going quite close to a header there, but it was still goalless. And in the 23rd minute, Imeric's on the ball for us, rolls it through towards Sergio Buenacasa. Buenacasa takes it around his man with a double step over, but his finesse shot is well saved by the goalkeeper and cleared away by Fiorentina. So still 0-0 in this game. But in the 31st minute, as you can see, a good touch by Paco Candela and a lovely little turn to beat Tomovic here. He skins him, crosses the ball in, picks out Buenacasa, and Buenacasa makes it 1-0. So desperate to get Paco Candela on the pitch a bit more. You know, he has got the potential to be special. He does look like a really good winger for us despite his slow pace, and he's got a very good end product as well for his dribbling and his passing and crossing. So he gets the assist for that goal. Sergio Buenacasa scoring one of his first goals of the season, so very pleased for Buenacasa. With Tunkara currently injured, he will be playing quite a few midweek games, so very pleased to see him get his first goal in quite a while for us. So Racing Santander 1, Fiorentina 0, thanks to Buenacasa's goal. And in the 45th minute, Paco Candela wins the ball back once again here and gets taken down and wins us a penalty. So yeah, Paco Candela, you know, he does have the potential to be special. He does get on the bench quite a lot, but he doesn't play as many minutes as I'd like him to due to his low stamina and other players just being better right now. But he's growing quite nicely as well in his first pro season for us, and he is going to get some more game time already after, you know, in the first half of this game, he'd already played better than some players had, you know, in 90 minutes. You know, he was playing absolutely fantastic in the first half. He wants a penalty there, and again, it was going to be Sergio Buenacasa who would stand up and take it. So he's already got 1 goal for us in this game. Can he make it 2-0 against NATO? Yes, he can, because the goalkeeper dives the right way, but he can't save it, and Sergio Buenacasa gets his second goal of the game, and both assists, if you will, came through Paco Candela. So it is Racing Santander 2, Fiorentina 0, and this is exactly what we needed. You know, 3 games without a win, starting to look a little bit shaky right now, and, you know, having our first loss as well of the season. So coming into this game, I wanted to get back to winning ways, and to be 2-0 up in the first half was fantastic. And in the second half, Christian Fernandez went very close there 10 minutes after the restart, but his shot went just wide the post and behind for a goal kick. So still 2-0, and in the 67th minute here, Marion Schwartz is on the ball for us, and our left back carries the ball over the halfway line, plays it inside towards Paco Candela. Candela finds Buena Casa, the goal scorer in this game. He plays it out wide towards Fernandez. Fernandez plays it inside, and Paco Candela, he gets his deserved first goal in the Europa League this season and makes it Racing Santander 3, Fiorentina 0. So he was having a fantastic game, Paco Candela, looking unbelievably strong, and what a lovely team goal it was as well. Really nicely worked. Great ball across the face of goal, and Dingwall Paco Candela does get his first goal in the Europa League and makes it Racing Santander 3, Fiorentina 0. So what a game he had, and now 3-0 up. And again, 15 minutes before the end, it is Paco Candela coming forward, looking strong, fake shot around his man, but the shot goes just wide the far post and behind for a goal kick. It was how the game would finish though, Racing Santander 3, Fiorentina 0. So very pleased to get our first win in 3 games and also end the Europa League group with a big win. And we may have lost for the first time this season in this episode, but that was a really good way to cheer me up there. A massive win, and as you'll see, confirmation we did indeed top the group like we already knew. Very pleased with that, and we are indeed going through to the knockout stages of the Europa League. So as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like, and I will see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.